for joining me. My name is Joanne Probyn, and I'm a contemporary abstract painter and embroiderer, and I'm based in Vancouver, Canada. During this talk, I'll tell you a little bit about myself and the space that I'm in and the body of work that I've just created, which is called Reimagining Balance. And I will focus in on a couple of works so that you can get a little more insights and skim over others. And I'll save a little bit of time at the end, I hope, for some questions if you guys have any. First of all, thank you so much to anyone who joined the opening reception on Saturday. It was amazing and so much fun. I'm sorry if you couldn't make it, but I'm glad we can connect today. But yes, it was an amazing event, and thank you for anyone who supported near or far in the multitude of ways, as it takes a lot of people and effort to pull this off and make it happen. And it was just delightful. So happy to share a part of that with you today. I have been making art as long as I can remember. I switched schools in grade 11 to go to a high school with a better art program, and actually with an art program. The other one didn't really have one. So that was wonderful, and I got a small scholarship from that school, and I did my post-secondary education at Capilano in graphic design and illustration. I'm really lucky to have had a successful career in many creative capacities, spanning art direction to design and marketing to teaching in therapeutic art. And now I'm doing art full time, and I'm so lucky and loving it. Excited to share my recent work with you. So to give you a sense of the space, I'm going to start sharing my screen, if I can do that successfully, and then show you a little video I put together for you guys. I'm going to do it one more time on this. It's only like 15 seconds long, so I'll do it one more time here. So this is William Clark Studios, and this is the previous name. It's now called Eastside Atelier. So that gives you a little bit of an idea of what that looks like. William Clark Studios has been around over 30 years. It's part of the Eastside Culture Crawl, which is one of BC's largest art festivals. It attracts over 45,000 visitors each year in typical times. It will be on this year, and I'll share some more information with that later. The building is now called Eastside Atelier. And I love the sense of light and community, and it's just a wonderful space. It's been so inspiring to be in. My work has been affected by the pandemic in a number of ways. Early on, I stopped working in my traditional way and launched a mask making coalition called Make Safe Brigade. And this was an initiative that quickly grew to about 30 volunteers, and we were able to create and distribute over 500 masks to our healthcare workers and most vulnerable during that time. Other things that changed was my female artist collective moved online, and we started meeting monthly on Zoom. All arts events stopped completely. I relocated. I also stopped my dance practice. I was doing ice dancing, and that moved to a different dance class online. And I also started poetry and music. So it was a really creative year despite all of the movement and disruption. My work has been very contemplative, really investigating a sense of distance and a change of a sense of time. I often work on multiple series, and I kind of like to work on one that's a little more restful, a little more museful or inspiring, and other ones that really take a lot of focus and concentration. And I kind of like that balance. Sometimes I'll work on multiple pieces at once, but not always. Sometimes it's very just spontaneous too. So it just depends. I'm a little funny that way. There's been continuity in my work throughout about renewal and unity and growth. I'll start here. I'm going to flip the camera around now, and I'll start talking a little bit more about my work. So I'll show you quickly where we are in this space, just to do a quick once around. So I'm really grateful for the show, came together really well with lots of space to show my work. And there you go. So I'll just move forward here now and talk about just put a little bit of the work in context. So this is a few works from my Sewn Open series. I speak in this work to imperfection, resilience, and unity through kintsugi inspired painting. Kintsugi is the art of breaking ceramics and healing that, repairing it with gold. An example of some of the Sewn Open series, and it includes mixed media and heirloom lace. To identify feminism and craft. So this led me to create my own fiber work. I learned hand embroidery. And this one I'm going to flip to on, I'm just going to do a really quick screen broadcast. Closer up. So here's what these ones look like. So in embroidery, it's highly regarded to sew with a single thread. So that doesn't actually mean a single thread. It means a thread that is split into 6. So it's 1/6 of a single thread. In many cases, I work that way. And this one, it is not. This one is called Purest Pleasure, and it uses a few different lengths of thread and different types of thread. But typically, I work exclusively in cotton, bamboo frame. So back to this. This series is my female painter series. It pays homage to the wonderful female painters that have come before me. And it's a really playful series. It explores mark making and also the personalities of female painters. So we have Yayoi Kusama, Emily Carr, Georgia O'Keeffe, Frida Kahlo, Corita Kent, Helen Frankenthaler. I just want to just highlight that I do work in graphite as well. And this series inspired this particular painting over here. This is called New Directions and is informed by my dance and music practice. It also explores themes of time and space and distance, movement. It's very layered. And I worked going back and forth from working with the iPad and then painting and then referencing my work on the iPad and then photographing it, the real work, and putting it back into the iPad. And this is the result here. This is called #LoveIsEssential. You're more than welcome to check that hashtag out if you're feeling called to. I'm not going to speak too much about this particular painting here, but I will give you a little sneak peek of the inspiration for the figure part of it. Is this DJ Sonora, who invited me to do a live stream event. And this is the result of that live stream event, was this painting here. So I did a live stream painting performance and then continued to work on it afterwards. As mentioned, I was doing the Make Safe Brigade, making masks, and the life drawing practice that one of my friends started really was sustaining me creatively through this time that was quite demanding. Here are 2 works from that. A little difficult to see with the glass, so I'm not going to spend too much time on it. And this piece here is called Let's Grow Together. This is a mural study initially created for Brewers Park in Vancouver. And I was inspired by, I believe his name's William Brewer, who the park is named after. And he created a lot of vegetables and flower gardens in this space, which is now a public park. And there's a lot of meaning to this. It is let's grow together, as in the gardening part of this. It is inspired by a time when we were being told to physically stay apart. So that is another part of this, is how can we grow together while we're told to stay apart? So again, another exploration of distance. I think our food, I think food security is a very contemporary issue that needs to be talked about. Land preservation and addressing how we can grow. So growing as individuals and as cultures, I think it's really important these days to take some accountability in what our experiences are, because we spend a lot of time online, and frankly, the algorithms have failed us. We are becoming more and more polarized all the time. And by not having exposure to different opinions because of what computers are showing us, then we become a little bit more isolated. We're living a little bit more of a vacuum. Succulent Love, Oasis. These are watercolors. This is called Art Medicine, and art can be therapeutic for both artist and student. I find art really therapeutic as well. So I won't spend too long on these tiny ones here. These are ranging in size from about 12 by 12 to, yeah, in and around that size. This is called an assemblage. And another botanical. And this is the last one I'll speak about. This has been the feature piece for my show. It's a Tondo style, which means circular format. And this circle is powerful across many cultures. It can mean divinity and joy. The quadrants represent the cycles of time, renewal, and cooperating cultures even on mutual goals. The dots can even have a reference to the coronavirus. The plants are from my garden and have gone to seed. So there's a sense of renewal through this as well. This is kind of a graffiti mark. And if I go up a little closer, you're going to see some lace that's been printed, and this pattern is throughout. So that's it, you guys. I want to thank you for joining me today. I really hope you enjoyed the talk, guys. Thank you for coming. You're welcome to put any questions you have now. Oh, good. Okay, I'm really glad. This is funny and kind of stressful. So thank you for coming and putting up with me. You guys are awesome. And I'm so happy to share my work and experience with you. So it looks like there's some questions in here. So I'm gonna flip through here and have a good look. I think I was able to make it full screen. You're welcome to take your sound off now if you can. I don't know if you have control over that. Thank you. Yes, I'm really happy with how the thread ones turned out. Video is back. Great. Yes, I hope to share it with you in person soon too. Let's be in touch. Do you guys have any questions at all? Would love to hear from you individually on how you felt this went. This is my first recording of my talks, so hopefully the first of many. But yes, I'm hoping to work a few kinks out along the way. And if you do have any questions later, feel free to connect with me. So I think I'll leave it with you there, unless there's any other questions. I'll just check one more time to see. And if you're not sure how to ask a question, you can put it in the chat, or you can take your Zoom off mute. I think you just have to click that microphone button. Yeah, nothing new there. So thank you again for joining me. Really enjoyed spending this time with you, and thank you so much for creating some time in your day to have the tour. So you can find me on Instagram at Probyn Art, and I'm also on Facebook and Twitter and YouTube. And oh, thank you, Susan. I'm glad you liked the space. I'm pretty lucky. The best way to stay in touch with me is through my newsletter. I think many of you actually already are on the newsletter. So thank you for coming. And that way you'll be the first to learn about new releases and get invites to shows. Yeah, so have a wonderful rest of your day. And thank you again for spending this time with me and your interest and support in my practice. Take care. Bye, everybody.